This day will indeed stand out as a milestone in the lives of these cadets who are at the threshold of a noble and prestigious career, which will entrust them with the onerous responsibility to be leaders, standard bearers, and role models for our soldiers who are undoubtedly the finest in the world. This is an exhilarating moment for the parents of these budding officers whose dreams have come true, having encouraged the entry of their children into the most noble profession of arms.
भारत की आज़ादी के 75 साल पूरे होने के मौके पर इस वर्ष को आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव के रूप में मनाया जा रहा है। स्वतंत्रता की 75वीं वर्षगांठ पर शुरू हुआ आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव स्वावलंबन की दिशा में उठाया गया एक और कदम है। इस महोत्सव को पूरे देश में हर जगह अपने स्तर पर मनाया जा रहा है। OTA चेन्नई में इसे मद्देनजर रखते हुए बहुत सारी गतिविधियां करवाई गईं। 10 किलोमीटर इंटर कंपनी क्रॉस कंट्री, इंटर कंपनी एसेज, डिबेट्स और क्विज कॉम्पिटिशन्स। इसके अलावा OTA चेन्नई ने स्वर्णिम विजय वर्ष और आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव को ध्यान में रखते हुए फोर्ट सेंट जॉर्ज, DB एरिया और मरीना बीच में प्रदर्शन किए और समाज में देश के लिए भक्ति और वीरता को सशक्त किया। हमें बताते हुए गर्व हो रहा है कि अकेडमी के इतिहास में पहली बार ऑफिसर्स ट्रेनिंग अकेडमी को जनरल ऑफिसर कमांडिंग इन चीफ आर्ट रैंक साइटेशन से नवाजा गया।
The Army has had a long association with St. Thomas Mount, which is one of the oldest cantonments in India. It was during the British rule in 1774 that the town became a cantonment. The revered mount has been a mute witness to numerous bloody battles and clashes between the French and the British forces. This was the very place from where the British started the consolidation of their empire after defeating the French. Ladies and gentlemen, in view of the solemnity of the occasion, we request you to remain seated while the parade is in progress. Please keep your cell phones in switched off mode and kindly do not step onto the parade ground to take photographs.
देवियों और सज्जनों, आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि परेड और मार्च पास्ट के दौरान कृपया आप अपनी अपनी जगह पर बैठे रहें, अपने मोबाइल फोन बंद रखें और कृपया परेड ग्राउंड में फोटोग्राफी के लिए प्रवेश ना करें। Our sojourn into the past will be incomplete unless we touch upon the history of the academy itself. The genesis of the Officers Training Academy can be traced back to the days following the Chinese aggression in 1962, when two officers' training schools were established in the country, one at Madras and the other at Pune, to make up the shortages in the officers' cadre. These courses were designated as emergency commission courses. While the officers' training school at Pune was closed down in May 1964, the school at Madras was given a fresh mandate. The last emergency commission course passed out from here was in February 1965. Subsequently, the short service commission courses for gentlemen cadets, both for technical and the non-technical streams, were instituted. In 1998, this military institution was renamed as the Officers Training Academy. Another significant milestone was achieved in 1992, when this academy started training young women to become officers in the Indian Army.
You would be glad to know that since the inception of the academy more than 50 years ago, over 25,912 officers, including 2,762 women officers, have passed out from this academy. Besides these, 2 courses were conducted exclusively for cadets from Sri Lanka in the year 1980 and 81, wherein 74 Sri Lankan cadets were commissioned. Since September 1998, foreign cadets from Afghanistan, Uganda, Lesotho, Fiji, Seychelles, Jamaica, Bhutan, and Tonga have also passed out from the Officers Training Academy.
Another benchmark of the academy was increasing the duration of training of women cadets from 6 months to 1 year and bringing their training at par with the gentlemen cadets. The first such course with a common merit list passed out on 21st of March 2009, and their passing out parade was reviewed by the then President of India, Srimati Pratibha Singh Patil. With the grant of permanent commission to women officers, integrated training started with effect from June 2020. Training of women cadets has been brought at par with GCs to provide world-class integrated and institutional training to the aspiring women leaders joining OTA Chennai.
Over the past 5 decades, Officers Training Academy has evolved significantly. The long and arduous journey from 15th January 1963 till date has been marked with sweat and toil, with laurels and glories attained, and a tradition of honor and valor diligently built. Our dedication and devotion to duty, coupled with unflinching loyalty displayed by the alumni in war and peace, their deeds of valor and heroic sacrifices, all have been aptly recognized and rewarded in the form of the ultimate honor, that is, presentation of academy colors to the Officers Training Academy by the then President of India.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was the markers call, heralding the entry of markers of the marching contingents. They now emerge through the gate of the fort to take up their respective positions on the inspection line. The parade commander, Academy Under Officer Abhinav, preceded by 2 cadet pilots, can be seen marching smartly towards the center of the drill square, from where he will take position to command the parade. Corporal Sumit Singh Yadav and Corporal Arun Singh Pathania are both cadets of the junior course who have been specially selected to escort the reviewing officer. They can be seen advancing towards the saluting dais, followed by the 2 gentlemen cadets who you can see are on the horseback from the junior course. They will take up positions on either side of the ceremonial arch and escort the reviewing officer to the saluting dais. The markers are lined up on the inspection line from left to right as you see them. And they are Company Sergeant Major Ayush Singh, Company Sergeant Major Mukesh Singh, Company Sergeant Major Chandrasagar Jain, Company Quartermaster Sergeant Kapil Diori, Company Quartermaster Sergeant Siddharth Pathak, and Company Quartermaster Sergeant Ankit.
The advance call having been sounded, the stage is now set for the contingents to march in. The parents, friends and relatives of the passing out course cadets have been waiting with bated breath to witness the impressive and grand entry of these young men and women surging forward in perfect unison through the magnificent fort gate into the Parameshwaran parade ground. Today is a red-letter day for all of them, attired in their immaculate uniforms, matching steps in unison, swinging arms in perfect harmony, heads held high with pride and elan, and their hearts afire with zeal and enthusiasm. The budding officers vow to declare in unison, not with dreams but with blood and iron shall a nation be molded at last.
It would not be wrong to say that the predecessors of these young men and women have had a major role to play in defining India's destiny. They have fought in conventional and unconventional wars, be it in defending our own country or even in foreign lands like Somalia, Congo, Sudan, and providing assistance to Sri Lanka and Maldives.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Academy colors, also known as the Nishan, will shortly be brought on to the drill square. The colors, being the reward for collective heroism, have always marked the pride of a regiment. Men have made the supreme sacrifice, displaying acts of death-defying courage and unflinching loyalty to save this piece of colored silk, reverently called the colors. Colors are the symbols that appeal with an irresistible force to the loyalty of those who are beneath their folds and speak to them of the glories and greatness of the past.
देवियों और सज्जनों, अब से थोड़ी ही देर में अकेडमी कलर्स, जिसे निशान भी कहा जाता है, परेड ग्राउंड में लाया जाएगा। यह सामूहिक बहादुरी का प्रतीक है और हमेशा से ही सभी के लिए गर्व का स्रोत रहा है। चिरकाल से योद्धाओं ने इसी रेशमी कपड़े के लिए अदम्य साहस का परिचय अपने प्राणों का सर्वोच्च बलिदान देकर किया है।
As befits the solemn occasion, and as a mark of respect to the colors, the parade will present a general salute with arms. May I request you all to rise at that time and those in uniform to salute. The contingents in front of you represent the companies which have been named after the famous battlefields in India and abroad, where our brave soldiers have proved their mettle. In the contingents formed in front of you, the first contingent from the left is Kohima Company, commanded by Senior Under Officer Rohit Chambel. The other appointments are Junior Under Officers Akash Tandle, Rajat Ranjan Keron, C. Suraj, and Company Quartermaster Sergeant Rishabh Rishu. The second contingent from the left is Jasami Company and is commanded by Senior Under Officer Sachi Kopikar. The other appointments are Battalion Cadet Adjutant Neha Sharma, Junior Under Officers Divij Singh Ghorpade, Kritika Devaya, Rajat Singh, and Company Quartermaster Sergeant Yubraj Pathak. The third contingent is Zojila Company and is commanded by Senior Under Officer Mohak Sunil Sahasrabudhe. The other appointments are Battalion Under Officer Pradyuman Vashist, Junior Under Officers Mehak Sharma, M. Meghna Preeti, Rohan Ravindra Hanagi, and Company Quartermaster Sergeant Shivam Yadav. The fourth contingent from the left is Mictila Company and is commanded by Senior Under Officer Anushtha. The other appointments are Junior Under Officers Sangram Singh, Shrishti Dolta, Neha Pal, and Company Sergeant Major Karan Thakre.
The fifth contingent from the left is Naushera Company and is commanded by Senior Under Officer A. Vishwakumar. The other appointments are Battalion Cadet Adjutant Mayank Joshi, Junior Under Officers Gaurav Kar, Shering Lamu, Dhrati Chandrawat, and Company Sergeant Major Utkarsh Singh. The sixth contingent from the left is Philora Company and is commanded by Senior Under Officer Abhimanyu Dhaka. The other appointments are Battalion Under Officer Aditya Baloria, Junior Under Officers Abhishant Singh Guleria, Vimala T, Suman Singh, and Company Sergeant Major Vishal Paliwal. And at the end, ladies and gentlemen, standing smartly is the Company's Sergeant Major, Academy Cadet Adjutant Krishna Kumar. An impressive tally of gallantry awards of 1 Paramveer Chakra, 8 Ashok Chakra, 10 Mahavir Chakra, 22 Kirti Chakra, 63 Veer Chakra, 119 Shaurya Chakra, and 587 Sena medals earned by the officers commissioned from this academy bear testimony to the valor and dedication displayed by the alumni of this institution. In the recent past, Lieutenant Navdeep Singh, Lieutenant Sushil Khajuria, Major Mukund Varadarajan, Colonel Munindranath Rai, Major David Manloon, Major Vibhuti Shankar Dhondial, Major Kaustab Rane, and Colonel Ashutosh Sharma, who passed out from this academy, made the supreme sacrifice in various operations.
Lieutenant Navdeep Singh and Major Mukund Varadarajan were awarded the Ashok Chakra on 26 January 2012 and 15 August 2014 respectively. Lieutenant Sushil Khajuria and Major David Manyun were awarded the Kirti Chakra on 25 September 2011 and 9 January 2017. Colonel Munindranath Rai and Major Vibhuti Shankar Dhondial were awarded the Shaurya Chakra on 27 January 2015 and 18th February 2019. Major Kaustubh Rane was awarded Bar to Sena Medal on 7th August 2018.
These names will always inspire the gentlemen and women cadets passing out when they take their final step at the Officers Training Academy and first step as an officer of this illustrious organization. This, no doubt, will inspire these young men and women to emulate the gallant deeds of the brave officers as and when the day of reckoning comes.
The officer on the extreme left, mounted on the charger, Prince, is the adjutant of the Officers Training Academy, Lieutenant Colonel Jaspreet Singh, an alumni of the National Defence Academy, Khadakwasla, and Indian Military Academy, Dehradun. Lieutenant Colonel Jaspreet Singh was commissioned into the 3rd Battalion, the Rajput Regiment, on 9th June 2007. Colonel Jaspreet Singh has rich operational experience, having actively participated in Operation Rakshak, Operation Zafran, and Operation Rhino, both in Jammu and Kashmir and Northeast. The officer has served as an instructor Class B at the Commando Wing, Belgaum. He has also attended a foreign officers mountain warfare course in Nepal, wherein he was adjudged as the best in physicals amongst officers and NCOs of countries, namely the United States, Canada, China, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. A graduate of the prestigious Defense Services Staff College, Wellington, he assumed the coveted appointment of adjutant of this academy on 5th June 2021. He has been awarded the Chief of Army Staff's Commendation Card in the year 2016 for gallantry, for his commendable professionalism while leading his company during counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism operations in the jungles of Kokorojar, Assam.
In a short while from now, the Deputy Commandant and Chief Instructor of the Academy, Major General Vikram Kumar, will be arriving. Major General Vikram Kumar assumed the appointment of Deputy Commandant and Chief Instructor of Officers Training Academy on 11th March 2021. An alumnus of the 72nd course of National Defence Academy, Kharagvasla, the General Officer got commissioned into the Armoured Corps on 11 June 1988. A second-generation cavalry officer, he went on to command his regiment, the 64th Cavalry, and subsequently commanded an independent armored brigade deployed in the field area in the western sector, followed by the challenging command of a counter-insurgency force deployed in Jammu and Kashmir. The officer is a graduate of Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, and has also attended the prestigious Higher Air Command course at the College of Air Warfare, Secunderabad. The General Officer has tenanted various command, staff, and instructional appointments, to include aide-de-camp to GOC of an armored division, company commander of an Assam Rifles Battalion deployed in Op Falcon, brigade major of an armored brigade in a strike corps, Director, Staff and Coord in Master General of Ordnance Branch, and Brigadier Quartermaster of a Strike Corps. His instructional appointment include Instructor Class C in School of Technical Training, Armored Corps Center in School, Ahmednagar, Directing Staff at Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, and Commander, School of Armored Warfare at Armored Corps Center in School, Ahmednagar. The General Officer was awarded the Chief of Army Staff Commendation Card for distinguished service in the year 2014. He is a multifaceted and vibrant personality with impressive social and leadership skills. He is a well-read professional, magnificent sportsman, and mentor who ensures professional excellence of men under his command. The General Officer is also presently the Colonel of 64 Cavalry since 20th February 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, the respect, the honor, and the aura that surrounds each cadet today can't be described in words. Indian Army, the word itself is enough to motivate anyone. And each one of these cadets standing here today proudly felt this at some moment and decided to be an Indian Army officer. He is a hero, but at the same time, an ordinary individual who finds the strength to preserve and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. Ladies and gentlemen, Major General Vikram Kumar, Deputy Commandant and Chief Instructor of the Officers Training Academy, Chennai, has arrived.
In a short while from now, the Commandant of the Academy, Lieutenant General Sanjeev Chauhan, Ati Vishist Seva Medal, Yuddh Seva Medal, will be arriving. Lieutenant General Sanjeev Chauhan, Ati Vishist Seva Medal, Yuddh Seva Medal, was commissioned into the 1st Gorkha Rifles of the Malau Regiment on 19 December 1987. The General has rich operational experience, which includes commanding a platoon in the Siachen Glacier, a company in Operation Vijay, a battalion in Kashmir, a mountain brigade in Manipur, a mountain division in Upper Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, and the foreign training team in Bhutan as Commandant Indian Military Training Team. He has also been a senior commander in the United Nations mission in Sudan during the civil war in undivided Sudan. During his service, the general officer has held many staff and instructional appointments. He has served at the Infantry School Mao, was director in Perspective Planning Directorate of the Army Headquarters, and Brigadier General Staff of the Indian Military Academy, Dehradun. The general officer has been awarded the Ati Vishist Seva Medal, the Yuddh Seva Medal, and the Chief of Army Staff's Commendation. He also received 3 times the General Officer Commanding-in-Chief Commendation from Northern Command, Western Command, and the Training Commands, and also the Force Commander's Commendation from the United Nations mission in Sudan. During his tenure as Commandant, Indian Military Training Team, the General Officer assisted and supervised the UN mission deployment for first ever contingent of Royal Bhutan Army and prepared the roadmap for implementation of computing and cyber security module of National Service Program in Bhutan. For his dedication and selfless efforts, the General Officer received a letter of appreciation from His Majesty, the King of Bhutan, Chief Operations Officer, Royal Bhutan Army, and the Ambassador of India to Bhutan. The officer is academically inclined and holds 2 master's degrees in defense studies and business administration. He has also been a senior research fellow at India's oldest think tank, the United Service Institution of India, where he published the highly acclaimed book, China's Strategic Behavior. If you now look to your left, you will see a buggy drawn by horses, in which the commandant, as per the tradition, is arriving.
From learning and developing different skill sets in the academy, to being a part of various clubs, to surviving in the wilderness on their own when they go for their training camps, developing the confidence and ability to stay without sleep, rest, lugging loads to long distances, to helping others and moving as a team, to developing the spirit of brotherhood, this academy has taught them all. Today, these cadets will proudly experience the feeling. 2 stars on the shoulders are better and brighter than 1,000 in the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, Indian Army is not just an institution, it's an emotion. The Indian Army has given bravest of the brave soldiers and officers to this great nation. And you would agree with me that no one looks more handsome than these gentlemen cadets and women cadets today who are about to be pipped in a short while from now. May you have tough arms and have a noble heart. As Indian Army is a life beyond extraordinary.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant General Sanjeev Chauhan, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, Youth Seva Medal, the Commandant of Officers Training Academy, has arrived.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments from now, the reviewing officer for today's parade, Major General Abdullah Shamal, MA, MSc, NDU, PSc, Chief of Defense Forces, Maldives National Defense Force, will arrive shortly to take the salute and review the parade. General Shamal has held various command, staff, and instructional appointments, which include the command of the Maldives National Defense Force, Training and Doctrine Command, and the Marine Corps. His senior staff appointments were the Director General of International Defense Cooperation and Policy at the Ministry of Defense, Principal Director Military Liaison, Executive Officer of Quick Reaction Force 3, and Principal Staff Officer to the Chief of Staff. Additionally, General Shamal has the privilege of being the country's first military attaché in a diplomatic mission, serving as the defense advisor at the Maldives High Commission in New Delhi, India. General Shamal was commissioned to the rank of lieutenant after graduating from the Pakistan Military Academy with the achievement of Best Allied Cadet from the course. Since then, he has completed various trainings locally and abroad, which includes Infantry Officers Basic Course and Infantry Officers Advanced Course in the United States Army Infantry School, Fort Benning, and the Defense Services Staff College course from Wellington, India. General Shamal also attended the NISA Center for Strategic Studies in Washington, D.C., USA, Asia Pacific Center for Security Studies in Hawaii, and also participated in various regional seminars and conferences on defense and security strategy. General Shamal is a graduate of the National Defense University, Washington, D.C., where he attended the International Counter-Terrorism Fellowship Program, obtaining a Master of Arts degree in Strategic Security Studies. In recognition of his distinguished service, General Shamal has been decorated with 16 service medals and ribbons, including the Distinguished Service Medal, Presidential Medal, Dedicated Service Medal, Defense Force Service Medal, Good Conduct Medal, 3rd November Medal, and the Centenary Medal. Shortly, you will hear the fanfare heralding the arrival of Major General Abdullah Shamal, the Chief of Defense Forces, Maldives National Defense Force, our reviewing officer for today's parade.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, General Abdullah Shamal, the Chief of Defense Forces, Maldives National Defense Force, reviewing officer of today's parade has arrived. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at the center of the drill square, you can see Academy Under Officer Abhinav, the parade commander, who is now moving forward to give the report to the reviewing officer of the parade.
Teamer, Officer Training Academy Chennai, 2040 Officer Grade, ब्रेक पर ब्रेक निरीक्षण करिए असलियत कोई बात कंपनी खड़ा रहे
Ladies and gentlemen, in recognition of the excellent performance and the very high standard set by the Academy ever since its inception, the Officers Training Academy was awarded the first ever commendation on 15 January 2022 by the General Officer Commanding-in-Chief of the Army Training Command. The motto of the Academy is "Serve with Honor," which epitomizes the code of conduct of a soldier in all times and situations. The Academy has honestly and zealously striven hard to inculcate this lofty spirit in every cadet who passes out from here, so that they can live up to their motto even at the peril of their lives. It is nothing but that sense of honor that may bring them back to their feet and send them in a last charge to hoist the nation's tricolor on the most hazardous of mountain peaks. Proudly holding aloft the Academy colors in the center of the parade ground stands the color party. The ensigned cadet is Senior Under Officer Tasbir Singh, flanked by Company Sergeant Major Aditya Raj and Company Sergeant Major Karan Gogna. It is a matter of great honor for these cadets to be carrying the colors. You will notice that the color party stands at attention throughout the parade.
देवियों और सज्जनों, आपके सामने परेड ग्राउंड या परमेश्वरन ड्रिल स्क्वायर हम सभी के मन में श्रद्धा और देशभक्ति की भावना को जगाता है। हम इस मैदान को अकेडमी के पवित्र स्थल के रूप में जानते हैं। यहाँ हमने सैन्य जीवन की अनिवार्यता जैसे सतर्कता, स्थिरता, सटीकता और पूर्णता को समझा और अपनाया है। यह परेड ग्राउंड इस अकेडमी के पूर्व छात्र और वीर सपूत स्वर्गीय मेजर रामास्वामी परमेश्वरन परमवीर चक्र को समर्पित है। मेजर रामास्वामी परमेश्वरन 16 जनवरी 1972 को महार रेजिमेंट में कमीशन हुए। इसके पश्चात वह 8th बटालियन द महार रेजिमेंट में पोस्ट हुए और 1987 में श्रीलंका जाने के लिए भारतीय शांति सेना का हिस्सा बने। 25 नवंबर 1987 को श्रीलंका में 8 महार की कंपनी कमांडर के रूप में चार्ज लिया। इस दौरान लिबरेशन टाइगर तमिल इल्लम ने इनकी सैन्य टुकड़ी पर घातक हमला किया। इस भयंकर लड़ाई के दौरान वह गंभीर रूप से घायल हुए, परंतु अपनी चोटों की परवाह ना करते हुए वह दुश्मन के आगे डटे रहे और वीर गति को प्राप्त हुए। अपनी असाधारण वीरता, ड्यूटी के प्रति उच्चतम समर्पण और बलिदान के लिए इस महान नायक को देश के सर्वोच्च वीरता पुरस्कार परमवीर चक्र से सम्मानित किया गया। भारत के इस वीर सपूत के बलिदान को भारतीय सेना और ऑफिसर्स ट्रेनिंग अकेडमी के इतिहास में हमेशा सुनहरे अक्षरों में लिखा जाएगा। The parade commander is now returning to his position to take command of the parade and lead the marching contingents in front of the reviewing officer. The precise movements as the contingents wheel and march to the famous martial tunes exemplify the training imbibed by the cadets in a grueling 1 year at the academy. I will not be wrong if I say warriors are not born, they are made in the Indian Army.
Contingents have started the quick march to the tune Gangotri. Their swords and badges are shimmering in the morning light, pledging everlasting fidelity to our country. On their shoulders will rest enormous responsibilities from this day on. As young subalterns, they will be guarding many a frontier post in the ice-capped mountains, where survival itself is a challenge. Whether it is the numbing cold of the glaciers in the north, the stormy desert frontiers in the west, or the dense forests of the east, these young men and women will safeguard the honor and integrity of the nation, always and every time. It is their duty to ensure the defense of the motherland, which will help the nation to grow from strength to strength. In their minds, they are convinced that they who for their country die shall fill an honored grave, for the glory lights the soldier's tomb and beauty weeps the brave. Today, the Officers Training Academy proudly boasts of having a number of decorated officers among its alumni. They made their mark during the 1971 operation, wherein Major Kuldeep Singh Chandpuri and Lieutenant S.S. Samra were awarded Mahavir Chakra respectively. 25 Veer Chakra, 42 Sena medals were also awarded during the operation, for which we celebrated the Swarnim Vijay Varsh to remember the supreme sacrifice of our valiant soldiers.
The contingents are now marching to the tune of the Academy song, Roshni, the anthem of the Officers Training Academy. This is the song that instills pride in our cadets and spurs them to meet the stiff challenges of training undaunted and scale new heights of excellence. Lyrics of this song were written by Major General N. Vishwanathan, retired, the 12th Commandant of this Academy. And they are, Bharat ke hum jawan, पर्वत के है समा, हम देश को उज्जवल बनाएंगे, एकता उमंग वीरता के संग बहादुरी की रोशनी फैलाएंगे।
देवियों और सज्जनों, आप सबसे अनुरोध है कि जब निशान आपके सामने से गुजरे, उनकी गरिमा को देखते हुए आप खड़े हो जाएं। वर्दीधारी कृपया सैल्यूट करें।
Playing in front of you is the military band of the Officers Training Academy, Chennai, commanded by Subedar Anil Kumar of the academy. Sare Jahan Se Acha Hindostan Hamara. We're all familiar with the tune being played by the band. This inspiring tune stirs in every Indian an unmatched patriotic fervor and has motivated many young men and women during our freedom struggle. And the weather god also seems to be smiling today. These cadets look forward to a glorious and challenging life in the Indian Army as officers. What awaits them is an opportunity to serve in the most remote locations on the frontiers of our country and mingle with different people and tribes that together constitute this great nation. Moving behind the line of contingents is Lieutenant Colonel Jaspreet Singh, 3rd Battalion, the Rajput Regiment, astride his charger Prince. The 17-year-old Army Horse Prince was awarded General Officer Commanding-in-Chief R-Track Commendation Card for his invaluable contribution in the year 2021 for the last 11 parades of this academy. Adjutant is the custodian of drill, discipline and turnout. And in this task, he is proficiently assisted by the Assistant Adjutant, Major Rishabh Srivastava of the 5th Battalion, the Grenadiers Regiment, and the drill staff, headed by Subedar Major Bakht Bahadur Thapa of 4th Battalion, the 3rd Gorkha Rifles. The parade will now march in Samiksha Kram and present a general salute to the reviewing officer.
The parade has now formed up for the presentation of awards. Towards the left of the drill square, you can see Company Havaldar Major Tika Ram Limbu, drill instructor of the academy, marching smartly towards Kohima Company, the previous term champions. The Chief of Army Staff's banner will be returned to the academy by Junior Under Officer Rajat Ranjan Keron of Kohima Company. It shall later be presented to the champion company of this term. The coveted awards being presented to the passing out course are Sword of Honor, awarded to the best all-round cadet of the passing out course. The winner is Senior Under Officer A. Vishwakumar. OTA Gold Medal, awarded to the cadet passing out first in the overall order of merit. The winner is Battalion Cadet Adjutant Neha Sharma. OTA Silver Medal, awarded to the cadet passing out second in the overall order of merit. The winner is Academy Under Officer Abhinav. OTA Bronze Medal, awarded to the cadet passing out third in the overall order of merit. The winner is Academy Cadet Adjutant Krishna Kumar. Chief of Army Staff's banner, awarded to the best all-round company of the summer term 2022. The winner is Naushera Company. The reviewing officer will now present the awards to the proud winners.
Sword of Honor is won by Senior Under Officer A. Vishwakumar. OTA Gold Medal winner is Battalion Cadet Adjutant Neha Sharma. OTA Silver Medal is won by Academy Under Officer Abhinav. OTA Bronze Medal is won by Academy Cadet Adjutant Krishna Kumar. The proud winners of Chief of Army Staff banner of this term is won by Noshera Company.
The reviewing officer will now address the parade.
Commandant, Lieutenant General Sanjeev Chauhan of the Officers Training Academy, distinguished guests, parents, and proud cadets of the passing out course. It gives me great pleasure to be here today to review the parade and address you all as you embark on a journey of valor and wisdom in service of your nation. The parade I saw today stands out as a superlative demonstration of exquisite military bearing and drill. I see that this fine academy has forged, tempered, and cast you will into young dynamic officers befitting to earn the honor of serving the army. It is heartening to see that despite the constraints of COVID pandemic, you all have adapted extremely well to the challenges and put up an exemplary display of military skills. Today you have completed a very important phase of your professional military education and are going to join respective armies. But this journey of learning and growing is a lifelong one. It is the spirit of men and women who follow and courage of the men and women who lead that gains the victory. We have seen this happening during various operations in which victory has been achieved against all odds by sheer dint of courage and bravery shown by brave hearts. As you exit the hallowed portals of this fine academy, you will lead the best soldiers both in peace and war, and this responsibility will demand the very last ounce of your energy and commitment. This profession of arms invariably bestows upon you the onerous task of being the defenders of your respective countries. You will be carrying the sacred trust that the nation reposes in you to defend the territorial integrity and its unity in peace and in war, even at the cost of your lives. From today, you become a part of the much coveted officer corps of the Army. When leading troops today, it may be good to remember that even though you lead the team, you are also one of the key players. Rules that are meant for the led also apply to the leader. After all, there is no better form of leadership than follow me. As officers, the defining characteristics of your leadership would be to take timely decisions and execute them with missionary zeal. After all, a stitch in time saves a nine. Let me emphasize the relationship between emerging technologies and soldiering. Lately, there have been sweeping technological advancements in the form of sophisticated weapon systems, electronic warfare devices, and force multipliers which have changed the face of conflicts. The threat environment is transforming. It has become intricate, complex, and less understood. It is therefore necessary for you to keep abreast with these changes and continuously improvise, innovate, and adapt to these emerging trends to always stay on the top. In future, with modern technology shaping the nature of conflict, the influx of information, opinions, and options would enhance exponentially, but it would be the leader who would be expected to synthesize all this information and take a timely and pragmatic decision. As we continue to deal still to an extent with COVID pandemic and other issues globally, we are witnessing difficult period wherein nations across the world are confronting natural man-made challenges. As officers, you will carry a very heavy responsibility towards your men and women and units in meeting these challenges. Armed forces, you must remember today, are the symbol of national integration and an example to all. Armed forces are truly a symbol of sovereignty and national strength. Indian Army, no doubt, has men from all religions, states, and castes, and yet they eat, live, play, train, and fight together, which is indeed impressive. You have to place your sacred duty to the nation above all other interests and fulfill your oath to uphold the Constitution and maintain the unity and integrity of your country. This year, India is celebrating 75th anniversary of development and self-designed peace and prosperity. Please do not forget, independence all over is achieved with sweat and blood and must be cherished, protected, and more importantly, celebrated. There are great lessons to learn from India in the areas of international relations, diplomacy, and all-inclusive political and democratic evolution. It is heartening to see the young women and cadets full of energy, enthusiasm, and more importantly, with great determination, all set to achieve undaunting heights of glory. I am sanguine that the integrated training model adopted by Officers Training Academy since 2020 has invigorated your training and further enriched your training standards. I must admit that OTA Chennai is one of the most sought-after training establishments, especially for women officers training, and I am confident that it will continue to excel as an international center of excellence for pre-commissioning training. I am delighted to see officer cadets from Bhutan and my very own country who have successfully completed their training. My congratulations to you all, your government and countrymen on receiving such fine officers into their armed forces. I wish you good luck and great strength to always triumph over adversity. I extend my heartiest felicitations to the proud parents and guardians who have motivated, groomed their wards to join the noble profession of arms. Finally, I wish you Godspeed and good luck in all your endeavors and a very successful and enriching career in the future. May Almighty bless you all. Thank you very much.
The Academy colors is now being trooped out of the parade ground. The parade will present a general salute to the colors. May I request you all to please rise at that time and those in uniform to salute. Is now forming up to finally pass out of the academy, while the passing out course will come forward in slow march to approach the final step. The cadets of the junior course of the parade will exit the parade ground from the rear through the fort gate across the ground.
The passing out cadets are now all set to take formal leave from this academy. For them, the hour has come to bid adieu to OTA, which has been their home for the past 1 year. They'll come forward in slow march past the saluting days, taking their final step to the tune of All Lang Syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and All Lang Syne? We will take a cup of kindness yet for All Lang Syne. This is a poem that addresses old acquaintances and the memories associated with them at the end of a year. This haunting melody of All Lang Syne is composed by Scottish poet Robert Burns and has never failed to bring back memories to many minds, nostalgia to many hearts, and tears to many eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the defining moment, the time for which this solemn ceremony is being held. In front of you, you can see the passing out cadets will go past the saluting days. They are taking their final step through the ceremonial arch. No doubt, for the passing out cadets, there is a sense of achievement, and for their parents, a sense of great pride. But unheard and unfelt is the transformation and expectation which this occasion demands from each one of them. A momentous occasion indeed, unforgettable and enthralling. I'm sure they will forever relive this moment. Even today, all officers experience the nostalgic quiver whenever they hear the tune of All Lang Syne, to the strains of which these young men and women pass out from the Officers Training Academy.
Yet another group of cadets pass out of the academy. They bid adieu to their alma mater, leaving behind memories entwined between the pages of time. Ladies and gentlemen, the national flag in front of you does not flutter because of the wind alone, but also because of the last breath of every soldier who made the supreme sacrifice to protect it. To borrow the words of Longfellow, lives of great men all remind us that we can make our lives sublime and departing leave behind us footprints on the sands of time.
Dear cadets, our prayers will always be with you wherever you go and whatever you do. May you survive many a storm without losing your calm. May you surmount many a challenges with dash and alarm. May the sun never set over your ambitions and aspirations. May your days be always filled with sunshine and happiness. In your hour of crisis, may you remember these inspiring lines by Rudyard Kipling. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And what is more, you will be a man, my son.
the batch of cadet appointments pass by the saluting dais and approach the final step, we quote from the treatise of William Shakespeare. All the gods go with you. Upon your sword sits laurel and victory, and smooth success be strewed before your feet. Our parting message to the passing out cadet is, make history if you can. Make a difference which you can.
कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं. हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे, तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं. Their smooth shimmering with the brightness of their hard-earned pride and achievement stand out against the sunshine, leaving us in doubt which of the two shines brighter this morning.
The Adjutant Salute marks the end of the parade. Our heartiest congratulations to all the esteemed guests, parents, cadets and OTA staff on the successful completion of the splendid parade. Parents and relatives of the gentlemen and women cadets of the passing out course and all guests are requested to remain seated till the reviewing officer leaves the parade ground.
देवियों और सज्जनों, आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि परेड ग्राउंड से मुख्य अतिथि के जाने तक आप सभी अपने स्थान पर बैठे रहें.